and welcome, BomberFD here. I have finally had enough time in the division where I feel comfortable enough to bring an intro video to you guys, whether you're on the fence of getting it, or maybe you have played it and you're not sure if you like it yet. So far, the game really reminds me of Borderlands, but with obviously more realistic graphics. But it also has the in-depth itemization of Diablo 3 or like World of Warcraft as far as the crafting goes and all the items and stats, and we can go into that in a lot in videos down the road. But basically, I just wanted to cover end game content and what that's going to look like on a daily basis. Leveling up to 30 doesn't take that long. If you have questions how to do it as quickly as possible, I wouldn't. I would just enjoy the game and play the side missions and get all the upgrades that you can as far as for your base of operations, and just enjoy it. There is no super fast way. It's the same as Destiny. The fastest way to level up in Destiny is just to play the game. Now, the one thing that may get confusing for some people is that there are 3 different currencies. First, you have credits, which is your basic money that you can buy any items out there from most of the vendors. Then you have Dark Zone funds, and those are specific to only Dark Zone vendors. And then lastly, you have Phoenix credits. That's going to be your end game currency, if you will. You also have a leveling system within the Dark Zone, and with that leveling system, it will determine what you're able to purchase with it, as well as open some containers within the Dark Zone. The way that this made sense to me is to look at Dark Zone as a faction rep in World of Warcraft. If many of you didn't play World of Warcraft, it's pretty much a faction where you try to grind rep, and so you're able to purchase the things that they have. It has nothing to do with the damage you can output or anything else. Your base of operations is where you're going to be spending a lot of time as far as just itemization and any details that you're going to be messing with. And while you unlock it, you're going to unlock a lot of vendors. You're going to have a total of 4. You're going to have a cosmetic, you're going to have a dark vendor, and then you're going to have advanced weapons, and then upstairs you're going to have a Phoenix credit weapons. These vendors are all in addition of the normal vendors that are always going to be there at the very beginning of your base of operations as well. Now, things that you should be dealing are going to each of the caches that you have unlocked in each of the specific wings. So you have weapon parts, you have the scavenger crate, in the medical wing you have the fabric, and then upstairs in the tech you have the circuit as well as the weapon parts. All of these refresh within an hour, so anytime you're back here it really makes sense to take advantage of it. All of them do refresh within the hour except for the scavenger one. I think that takes 4 hours, I'm not sure. But I did get a purple item from there, so definitely worth it. I'm not going to be going over crafting or recalibration yet. Those are going to be a couple videos that I'm going to do here really soon, specifically going over damage per second, and where it's kind of inflated with a lot of stats that shouldn't inflate it, and I'll explain that in another video. But here you have the endgame vendor. This is where you spend your Phoenix credits. I highly recommend that if you can't buy any of the initial things up top, go to the crafting things down below. And as you guys are leveling up to level 30, you should be taking your greens and dismantling them, as well as your grays, because as those go, you can exchange those for a 5-to-1 ratio to upgrade to the next level. So for example, 5 greens turn into 1 blue. You'll eventually have a surplus of purple items. Those purple items aren't the most, efficient as far as breaking down, because they only give you 2 blues. And that's really where I made most of my credits, just selling my purples once I got to that level. Now, every day you're going to have daily missions. These are going to give you 15 Phoenix credits for every hard mission, and then it's going to give you 30 plus an additional 15 for every challenge mode on that mission. I'll also be making another video just showing the challenge modes and showing how difficult they are. If anyone has stepped in there, I'm sure you've experienced that. And lastly, we have incursions, which I have no idea what that's actually going to entail, but it will be coming, I think, as of April. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to be jumping into the Dark Zone and challenge modes. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And guys, as always, before I go, do know that you are loved.